It's our first time installing the 8020 Perf 3-year material by Continental Graphics. It is very thick, just not used to installing it. I can do the 70-30 a lot faster. So far, I find that this Continental Graphics backing tears like this quite a bit. It's really annoying. Look what a great time I'm having right now. These two windows line up really good with each other, but these do not, and that does not. And what it looks like, you can see there's a little bit of the E that's right there, so that should end here. But for some reason it's over here. It's almost like there's no 2-inch gap in between. So rather than reprint this window, I think we might have to reprint this one. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, definitely gotta reprint it. But the problem is if we reprint that, it might end up affecting those. So, which wouldn't be the end of the world. I swear guys, in North Carolina, it's either too cold to install perf or it's too hot to install perf. Window perf and vinyl in general just really hates too much sun. This will just cook and become into melted butter. So try to keep it under cover every chance that I get. Also, installing perf when it's windy, also a terrible idea. The perf wails around on you. It gets really difficult to install. So when we're looking at weather forecast, before we come out and do perf, we look to see how fast the wind's blowing. When we're doing installs at a school, a lot of times we're gonna plan out our installations based on the location of the sun at different times of day. So if we have installations to do in the back of the school, we'll do that like in the morning time when the sun is not in play, and vice versa. I didn't really have that luxury today. It's 11:20. The sun is kind of beaming over here, but it was the morning time, and when I was here in the afternoons, it was so hot over here. So I wanted to go ahead and knock this out. It's still a little too hot to do it, but I'm just having to take my time and be careful with it. That perf there, I got to replace this whole column right here because the graphics just were not lining up. But also we're doing this entranceway right here as well. And because this entranceway is in the shade, I'm saving that one for last. So Chelsea prints out diagrams for me for all the installs. So that's what I'm working on right now. That's the one that you just saw a second ago. It's for another school. And this is gonna be for the entranceway. Right now, the weather is, the temperature is 77 degrees with the high in the 80s. And when the weather's in the 70s and the sun is beaming down, it's really too hot. It's just not ideal. It's better to be in a shaded situation or to wait for that sun to be in just the right spot compared to where you're installing. So looking at this window right here, I can tell that it's going to be this one. It's spring break here, and I would say anytime you get a chance to do an install at a school without the little twerps being here, the better. We had to reprint all these windows due to a sizing issue, so that really sucked. But then our reprint didn't line up with the old ones here, so we had to reprint those as well. Oh yeah, that lines up so much better. My Linden Meyer Monroe dealer is on his way here. He's been wanting to get my wide format business, and And he asked about the next time I'm out doing a window install, and he just happens to be coming to Whiteville today, so I'm doing an install. So he's on his way. All right, we're still walking to work, so that's good. I find the most efficient way to install perf is for 2 people to be doing it, to do it in pairs. The prepper / finisher and the installer. Hey ladies. You found me. Oh God. There's more coming. What you doing? What we prefer is to have one person who's completely dedicated to cleaning the windows, but when they get done with that, they go and they find the graphic for that particular window. They're the one that's in charge of looking at the mock-ups, finding the right graphic, and taping it into place. Then you have another person that is completely dedicated to making sure that the window is installed as perfectly as possible. While that's happening, that other person is moving on to the next window and getting that one in place so that by the time the other person is done installing the window, the next one is ready to be installed as well. When that person gets all of the windows cleaned and taped up and prepped and ready to go, they can then come back behind, do some final trimming, and also pop some bubbles here and there. We just find that process works really well for us. Thank you for watching this video on the right conditions for installing window perf. Thumbs me up, hit the subscribe button. I will see you in the next Small Town Inc. very soon. Take care.